You have seen the importance of linear measurement in surveying. When linear measurements are taken along the surface itself of a given site, the method is described as direct measurement. Let's find out what the different means of direct measurement are. After completing this module, you will be able to explain the direct means of linear measurement. You have seen that direct measurement means the physical measurement of distances by using a suitable measuring device over the surface of a region or site. Depending on the location and the requirements of the survey, different means of taking direct measurements are employed. They are pacing, pedometer, odometer, and chaining. Let us take a look at each one of them. Pacing is used only when a surveyor is asked for rough measurements which are needed urgently. In pacing, the surveyor first walks from one point to another while keeping account of his steps. He then multiplies the total number of steps that he has taken between the 2 points with the typical length of his pacing stride, which is already known to him. This product of the number of steps and the length of his pacing stride is the rough measurement of the length between the 2 points. Suppose the typical length of his stride is 2 feet and he has taken 18 steps from one point to another. He multiplies 18 with 2 and estimates that the length of the road is 18 into 2, which is 36 feet. Pacing can be used as a means of direct measurement when the ground is level and without any obstructions. But it is difficult to use pacing over rough ground or when the ground is sloped. So, keep in mind that pacing, which means using the length and number of paces to measure a length, is only a rough means of measurement. It is preferred only when quick estimates of measurements are required. Direct measurement using a pedometer is similar to pacing, the only difference being that the surveyor need not keep account of his paces. Instead, a device called the pedometer keeps the count. A pedometer is a small electronic device. This gadget is capable of keeping account of the steps taken by the surveyor and showing it on its screen. So, the surveyor need not keep account of his paces. Suppose the typical length of his stride is 2 feet and the pedometer shows a reading of 150. The surveyor multiplies 150 with 2 and estimates that the length of the ground he has walked over is around 300 feet. So, as you can see, the pedometer is a handy little device that you can use to obtain measurements by pacing. It saves you the trouble of keeping account of your paces. The odometer is a device fitted to a wheel. It measures lengths based upon the number of revolutions made by the wheel. The wheel can be moved forward with a handle that is joined to it. When the surveyor pushes the wheel forward, the count of revolutions completed by the wheel is shown on the odometer. The circumference of the wheel is known to the surveyor, so, to know the distance that the wheel has travelled over, the surveyor multiplies the number of revolutions with the circumference. The odometer can be used wherever the ground is flat and smooth. However, if the ground is uneven, then the measurement of the odometer might not be reliable. So, remember, the odometer is a device fitted to a wheel of known circumference. Multiplying the number of revolutions with the circumference of the wheel gives you the distance covered by the odometer. Chaining is a method of direct measurement based on taking measurements with a metal chain of known length. The chain is used when measurement needs to be more accurate than those obtained by pacing or by devices like the pedometer. The chains used in surveying have a fixed length, such as 20 meters or 30 meters. They are all made up of interlinked elements with handles positioned to prevent twisting of the chain. Metal pieces called tallies mark equal divisions of length on the chain. They help in knowing intermediate measurements. So, remember, the chain is used for measurements that have a better degree of accuracy than the rough methods. Chains of lengths such as 20 or 30 meters are used in surveying. In this module, you have learnt that the different means of taking direct measurements are pacing, pedometer, odometer, and chaining. Measurement by pacing is based on the number of steps taken by the surveyor. The pedometer is an electronic device that keeps account of the paces taken by a person. The odometer is a device fitted to a wheel which measures distance based on the number of revolutions of the wheel. The chain is a metallic device used for direct measurement in surveying. Chains of 20 or 30 meters are used in surveying.